Riviera, so at 2:30. Well, about 3 hours. Today, well, you will get to see free or during the sightseeing, so it's going to one right, of course, things to see during the tour after Porto. So, with the things that you still have to. So that's in Albat either. And then about an hour and a half or so from Coimbra to our final destination. Now, it's early in the morning. That is between I just saw on that thermometer in the street 12 Celsius, but the thermometer that we have on the bus says 15, so somewhere in between. So it's nice, that means that it's going to be a nice day because it's early in the morning, as I say, and it should warm up as the day goes on, and still is almost close to 16 right now. It's in the mid-50s right now. So as you can see, for a few days rain or something like that. If it is 15 on your left hand side and to the right also now, to the right first, we just passed this plane that it was there, and to the left you can see the airport. Well, this is all part of that Lisbon airport. Actually, that plane that we passed to the right crashed there once, so but they decided to leave it there, and then somebody came. If you look to the right, but especially once we pass it, if you look behind, if you went to the Park of the Nations, you will, and you probably have seen it. Now if you look to the right, you can see it, you can see part of it. There you have it, that is the Vasco da Gama Bridge. That well tourists should be saying. So it says, Heavenly Father, look down on us, your humble, obedient tourists, servants who are doomed to travel this earth, taking photographs, made in postcards, buying souvenirs and walking around in great pride and the world. We beseech you, O Lord, to see that our luggage is not lost and our overweight baggage goes unnoticed. Protect us from surely and unscrupulous taxi drivers, avaricious porters and unlicensed English-speaking guides. Give us divine guidance. Telephones work, that operators speak our tongue, and that children would force us to cancel the rest of our trip. Lead us, dear Lord, to good and expensive restaurants where the food is superb, the waiters friendly, and the wine included in the price of the meal. Give us the wisdom to tip correctly in currencies we do not understand. Forgive us for undertaking out of ignorance and overtaking out of fear. Make the natives know us for what we are and not for what we contribute to the worldly goods. Grant us the strength to visit the museums, the cathedrals, the palaces and the castles listed as must in the guidebooks. And if perchance we skip a historical monument to take a nap after lunch, have mercy on us, for our flesh is weak. And this is something that the husbands should be saying. It says, dear God, keep our wives from reckless shopping and protect them from bargains they don't need and can't afford. Lead them not into temptation, for they know not what they do. And this for the wives. Says, Almighty God, keep our husbands from looking at strange women and comparing them to us. Save them from making fools of themselves in cafes and nightclubs. Above all, please do not forgive their trespasses, for they know exactly what they do. And for everybody, it says, and when our voyage is over and we return to our loved ones, grant us the favor of finding someone who will look at our home movies and listen to our stories, so our lives as tourists will not have been in vain. This we ask you in the name of Conrad Hilton and American Express. Yeah, I found it in an English newspaper. Well, actually, it's not true. I didn't want to be too notorious, but I spent the whole night writing.
Still in Lisbon, right, David?
Yeah.
Not particularly.
Sí, ahora desde... Bueno, no corre ninguna prisa. Otros tus 3 horas y media en el santuario, no sé qué, y otros tus 3 y 45 minutos, pero en este no, en este tiene... Ojo, es que... ¿Sabes lo que te digo? Joder, que no somos los únicos que podemos comunicarnos.
Vamos a Central, a Capcay, perdón. Yo corriendo para abajo, más o menos, corriendo para comer, voy haciendo.
Tío, así es como está estructurado, ¿sabes? Entonces lo que tiene que hacer es, vamos con suerte comemos y que si no, pues comemos después. Es que es así.
Pero si corriendo, vale, si eso lo hacemos en todos los sitios. O sea, estoy en Europa y está que
Claro, tío.
corriendo.
Más si tienes que ver mogollón de sitios en un día como este tú, ¿sabes?
Pero con tiempo para comer.
Pero que día es un día que no tenemos tiempo ni para mear, pero ni para mear, vamos. Según llegan de la visita, pum, corriendo para la cena. ¿No? ¿Has desayunado?
Yo no desayuno eso.
Ahora desayunamos en Fátima, tampoco. Como nada.
Tardaba 2 horas y media, 3 horas.
Toda carretera.
Encontraba cualquier carro porque estaba parado en una curva, se encontraba joven.
Y alguna vez que tenía que tomar alguna carretera antigua por ahí por la carretera de las 3.
They have one. There's a call. They put like turn left or like yeah, don't straight. No, just for fun.
Esta es la arreglada. Que está esa carretera tan arreglada.
Claro.
Tenía casi una boca.
Well, I guess I can take a picture of this.
Sí, a mí me encanta comer aquí en Portugal. Es barato, se come bien, mucho.
Este coche tiene más caballos que el mío, pero está mariconado.
Coches.
Entramos por norte, ¿no?
Sí.
Yeah.
Esto es arriba, macho. Prenderá fuego los bosques.
16 kilometers to Portugal.
¿Quién prenderá fuego los bosques?
Con la gente que le interesa la agricultura, ¿sabes? Que se convierta en campos de cultivo. Todo esto.
All at the same time. No.
You know, the 13th of May of 1917, there were 3 kids at a place known as Cave Vietnam. Everybody in town, but town by then was just 2 or 3 houses of shepherds. They told them these words. They told them that they had seen a lady that shined more than the sun. So they kept on going along with some arrows to this same place, and they kept on having these apparitions, witnessing these apparitions. But you know that the Catholic Church afterwards recognized as apparitions of the Virgin Mary. So the kids kept going, as I say, every day along with more arrows every day. And you know that they were told 3 secrets. 2 the first and the second one that they have been revealed, they have been published in magazine or newspapers, but they seem to have to do with First and Second World War, while the third one is unknown and only the Pope knows. But well, you know, they were told to tell the world to pray to put an end to the Third World War that was going on by that time, the First World War, you know. And as I say, all this during those apparitions that kept on, they kept on witnessing until the 13th of October of that same year. Also, something happened that day that the newspaper, actually a newspaper, said the next day that the day before the sun had moved in an unexplainable way. That day, really, Fatima became one of the most important pilgrim sites that you find around in the world. You know that the most important would be St. Peter of the Vatican, where you find the tomb of the Apostle Peter. Then also would be the Santiago de Compostela in the north of Spain, where you find the tomb of Apostle James. And then those are 2 old, really old ones, besides Fatima in Portugal. So about 4 million people come here every year as pilgrims, especially during those days. October is the pilgrim season, is when the apparitions took place. You know that several popes themselves came here, and John Paul II, you know that he actually said that he wanted to come here because he said to thank the Virgin Mary because he believed that it had been the Lady of Fátima that had saved him from dying when he got shot. So Francisco and Jacinta died soon after the apparitions took place, and they were beatificated by the Church, by the Vatican. And well, you know that Lucia was the only one that lived a long life, and she died. She died just a few months ago. She died close to 100 years old. You know that only the girls could both see and hear the Lady of Fatima because Francisco put only here. They're building it in 1918, just 1 year after the apparitions took place, out of charity. And it was finished as it is today in 1928, and you will see that, well, it is done in it's a basilica with two lateral wings done exactly where the apparitions took place. You know that they say also that, well, the Lady of Fatima appeared on top of a tree, of main branches of an oak tree, and well, the pilgrims took that tree little by little, piece by piece. There's nothing left. Leather protections in their elbows and their knees, so they don't get hurt. I've seen people already crawling from Coimbra, which is, as you know, at least now. The street that takes you to the sanctuary, you will see that the area of the sanctuary is very commercialized. It's full of shops. Some of them are what I call a tourist trap. The closer you get to the sanctuary, the more expensive they get. Let you off the back. Just a minute. Ahora pilla ahí a la izquierda, nos dejamos enfrente al santuario y ya nos piramos. Volvemos a una hora por ellos. So we're gonna leave you right in front of the entrance of the sanctuary, so that you don't have to do any walking, and also so that you have a clearer point of reference to come back to the bus. Please remember that punctuality is very important. Right after Fatima, we will leave towards Coimbra, and then we will have, or whether you will have some time for lunch. Aquí a la izquierda, sí.
¿Cambia el sentido de marcha?
No,
Hombre, ¿qué te digo a ti?
esto lleva así años.
¿Esto?
Desde que yo empecé.
2 años ya lo llevas. No, ya.
Bueno, pues nada, tú lo dices yo desde que empecé, vamos.
Pero esta era bajada siempre.
3 años lo lleva. Lleva esto, 3 años.